This is Angelina. I am your interlocutor for IELTS English assessment. Can I have your full name, please?
My full name is Babar Nasir.
Where do you come from?
I'm from Pakistan.
What do you do?
I'm doing job in IT company.
All right. Thank you so much. I'm going to ask you some questions about emails. Are you ready?
Yes.
What kinds of emails do you receive about your work or studies?
Yes. In my work, I generally receive related to my task, my daily upcoming tasks, some meeting invites, and so on. And my work related, I generally receive related to requirements. I received emails uh, related to uh, upcoming events and uh, uh, holidays.
All right. Do you prefer to email, phone, or text your friends? Why?
Uh, no, for friends, text is more convenient because for email, I have to open my email that is uh, also a heavy application. So then I have to click on multiple uh, interfaces and menus, but in text, it's a little bit easy and quickest way to communicate with my friends. I always prefer to text instead of email.
Okay. Do you reply to emails and messages as soon as you receive them? Why or why not?
No, generally I received email and I try to reply at the day end because sometime I thought every email is dependent to the other uh, email or event. So sometime it's also happened with me that requirements is uh, frequently changing. So instead of jump into the conversation or in email chain, I always prefer to uh, reply at the day end instead of immediately so that it will be a good idea to conclude the uh, requirements according to the email.
Are you happy to receive emails that are advertising things? Why or why not?
Yeah, advertisement related emails always distract my work because they are waste my a couple of minutes to read it. I uh, not prefer to receive advertisement email whenever I saw the option to unsubscribe. I always unsubscribe these kind of emails.
Part 2 is the question that you will get 1 minute to read about. You may take notes if you wish. And after 1 minute, I would want you to speak for 1 to 2 minutes.
Okay, let me uh, prepare for a minute and then we will start speaking.
Please speak. Yes. Yes.
Okay, a couple of months ago, I visit a hilly area where we spent the whole day with my friends, and at night we stay in a hotel. Uh, that was a PC hotel in the top of the Murray side. So that hotel was that was a very beautiful place. There was a one side there was a swimming pool as well in the uh, hotel area, and there was a one window. There was a very gorgeous view we can see from the uh, top of the hilly area, and it was a very beautiful and good hotel we experienced. And that hotel was a very big hotel, like it uh, had had a lot of facilities and had a large rooms, as well as there was a dining rooms and sitting area separately. So when we talk about facilities, that was a very good. They provide a meal and different menus and dishes as well, especially Chinese menu. It was a very good. Also, there was a heating and cooling system in the rooms. There was a large bedroom, and they also facilitate for some extra mattress if customer required. Similarly, there was a swimming pool outside in the hotel that was also a very beautiful, and they also has a facility to uh, order hot water or cold water in the swimming pool. So it was a very, I think it's a very good uh, option when someone want to stay in the hilly area. So as compared to any other uh, traditional hotel, because it was uh, sometime this hotel also offer discount rates, especially in the hot seasons, because in hot season they have somehow less uh, customers. So overall it was a very good experience. Even they did not restrict us uh, on strict timings. They did not ask us to leave the room exactly 12 o'clock. Uh, some hotels I experience request to the client that you must leave exactly as on the specified time. So overall, I think if someone want to stay in the hilly area, it's a good option. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. This is the end of the cue card section. Now we'll begin with the discussion section. I will ask you some questions about staying in hotels. Are you ready?
Yes.
What things are important when people are choosing a hotel?
Yeah, I think when someone mm, want to choose a hotel, he must consider some important points like its uh, facilities, its cost, as well as its uh, reviews as well. Because if hotels is has a good reviews, then it's also a positive feeling for the customer, and it's easy to decide about to finalize the hotel. So when we want to decide about the hotel, or we want to choose hotel, I think uh, its facilities are um, very important to consider. Like, is there any heating and cooling system? What about meal? Because if they are not offering any mm, meal, or they didn't have any good menu or kitchen services, then we should must consider, is there any nearby market to avail these services. So similarly, their cleanliness is also a important point, because some hotels are mm, not mm, underrated. Some hotels are underrated, not good as much good as it should be. So their overall, their for example, uh, furnitures are very in a bad condition, not in a good condition. So generally, I think some army hotels or some 3-star or 5-star hotels are good, but some local hotels, we must um, be careful these kind of facilities.
Why do some people not like staying in hotels?
Yeah, I think sometimes people didn't like to stay in hotel due to some like last couple of years, uh, due to pandemic, people think that people avoid to stay in hotel. They must try to stay in their family or relatives where they are going. So because there is a COVID, due to COVID, multiple people staying in the same room, and may or may not hotel service change frequently their bed sheets and their cleanliness. They are always concern these kind of stuff. So I think some people, mm, due to these reasons, avoid to stay in hotels.
Do you think staying in a luxury hotel is a waste of money?
Yeah, actually, it's no doubt it's very expensive, especially nowadays, because government applied and a lot of taxes as well. But definitely, when we compromise on the uh, if we find out another option, like some cheaper option, but you have to compromise on the quality. So we have to decide if we spend a heavy cost on the our living, then we have to uh, definitely increase our living quality, especially people concerned with the there some people have allergy, so they didn't want to like to stay in local hotels. So I think yes, it's a little bit costly staying in a luxury hotels, but people who stay with their business trips, they want to stay these to attend meeting their businesses, so they always try to live in a or try to book luxury hotels because it's a matter of company have to pay their charges instead of their own pockets.
All right, let's talk about working in a hotel. Are you ready?
Yes.
Do you think hotel work is a good career for life?
Yes, actually, working in a hotel is a very uh, good option because it's relevant. It's not relevant only for one season. It's not a seasonal job because in all season people came and stay in a hotel and they have a lot of customer. So definitely when customer arrives, then um, the people who the employee who are doing their jobs in the hotel are also uh, happy and they perform their work. And I think hoteling is a generic job because if someone has the experience with the hotel, so he can perform his job anywhere in the e- world, even because every country, every city have hotels. So if someone have experience, it's a, I think it's a good job.
How does working in a big hotel compare with working in a small hotel?
Yes, when we compare working in a big hotel or as compared to the local hotels, definitely there are a number of mm, uh, differences. Like in a local hotel, there is a not uh, things are not well defined, so uh, employee have to um, talk with the customer, to deal with the customer with their own uh, decisions. They maybe sometime they offer some things, sometime uh, mm, customer ask them to bring something that is not part of the services. They go outside and came back to uh, fulfill the request. But in a big hotel, it's everything is well defined. The processes are streamlined. So they when they joined a new job in a big hotel or luxury hotel, they must have to attend some trainings for a couple of weeks. So I think these are the differences. But in the big hotel, employee must know a good uh, language, especially English language. he must know, because in luxury hotels, people generally came from multiple regions. And maybe people some customers staying with their business trips, so some customers don't know their local language. So the employee who want to do their job in the luxury hotel, he must know the uh, English instead of their local language. But in local hotels, maybe he can survive without English. So I think these are the major differences.
All right, my last question to you is what skills are needed to be successful as a hotel manager? I will repeat my question. What skills are needed to be a successful hotel manager?
Okay. I think for a successful hotel manager, he must be manager must be uh, no he should be he must allow to their team to facilitate them. He must sometime custom there is some incident. For example, some customer are become rude with their waiter. So in this situation, manager have to have the ability to handle these kind of situations. So manager should be polite. He should understand the situation, and according to the situation, he must handle the situation. If customer is become a rude, or customer have a special request sometime, so he has to lead multiple resources. So these kind of skills a manager must have.
Well, thank you so much. This is the end of the test. Now let's quickly talk about your mistakes. Please read. Start from a very top message that I've sent you.
All right. Generally,
Okay, it is generally,
gen
generally, generally, generally.
generally,
All right. Yeah, that is correct. That is generally.
generally.
Yep, that is correct.
I
Here, it is like generally, generally.
generally.
Okay. Yes, generally. Okay.
Okay. Next is
And
I think
mm-hmm.
it happens instead.
Yes. Okay, I want to tell you something about it happens and all. When something is a routine, something reoccurs, at that point you would say, yeah, it happens. People fall in love, their heart is broken, and then they move on. It happens. We are not saying that it happened. We have to say it happens, right? And for the word generally, generally. What's the word?
Generally.
Generally, exactly. That's generally. Okay, moving forward.
Next is I think it happens instead of
Yes.
jumping.
Instead of jumping, instead of.
Instead of.
Instead. Tud. Not did. Not tud. Instead. Ed.
Instead. Okay.
Just keep it like instead. TED. It's like instead. Instead. Instead of.
Instead of.
Good. Next.
Next is advertisements waste.
Okay. Okay. You said that advertisements wastes. We can never put an S with it because advertisement is a singular noun, advertisements plural. Now there are people always like, oh, it is advertisement, oh, it is not advertisement. Advertisement is the British pronunciation, advertisement is the American pronunciation. Anyone can use it based on their convenience, right? So I sometimes like to call it advertisement, but most of the times it is advertisement, right? Whatever suits you. But mm, advertisement, an advertisement wastes money, right? But advertisements waste money. You will not put an S with it. Understand it?
Okay. So it's advertisement waste.
Hmm. Advertisements waste. If you put an S with it, don't put an S with waste because it's a plural.
Okay. So it's advertisements waste.
Good job. Very nice. Okay, the next one would be what's next? Could you read?
Whenever I see.
Yeah, not whenever I saw, because this is your habit. Whenever I see a woman walking by, I really respect her. Whenever I see someone driving a Bugatti, I just feel amazing. Whenever I see a child falling down, I get up and help the child. So whenever I see, not whenever I saw, because this is your habit. Whenever I see.
All right. Whenever I see. Okay. And next is
Mhm.
I visited.
Same mistake, simple past tense was not being used. You said I visit. I visited. We stayed.
All right.
I
We stay.
spent.
I spent. Okay. Next is on top.
Not in top, but on top.
Okay. We could see
Hmm.
it was very good.
Hmm.
If the customer requires.
Look, not if a customer require. A customer is a singular noun, so you will put an S with it. If a customer requires something, they provide it immediately.
Okay. We always put with requires if we are talking about customer. So if the customer
Singular.
requires.
Singular.
All right.
Customers require. A customer requires.
Okay. Getting point.
Okay, next.
Next is if someone wants to stay.
Yeah, if someone wants to. As I told you that day as well, treat someone as a singular noun. If someone wants to. Someone wants to. Not someone want to, but someone wants to.
All right. If
Write these
someone.
points down and in the office too, after your class too. Review them, make some sentences so the next time when you speak, you can reduce your mistakes.
Yes, agreed.
Okay,
Next,
tell me, if someone offer or if someone offers, which one is correct?
uh, if someone offers or
If someone offers, if someone offers me free candy, I never take it. If someone offers me to buy a new land, I refuse because you're describing a habit. If a girl offers me a ride, I say no. Offers me, like anytime, right? Like, but if you say, my teacher offered me a cup of coffee, but I refused. That is offered. That is more of a part of an experience, but this is more of a habit. My teacher offers discount, right? Offers.
all right. So, offers is related when we talk about the habits, we use offers, right?
Good. Singular noun. Keep this thing in mind. Singular noun. Look, I'm going to give you an example. A girl offers her thoughts. A girl offers her thoughts. Girls offer their thoughts.
Oh,
Girls, more girls.
it, got it.
My sister offers $1,000. My friends offer $2,000. My friends offer, right? Because
Oh,
friends more than one. So offer.
all right. So
Okay.
basically, if S is we already put the S or plural we use, then we have to use offer.
Good
All right.
job. Understood? Yeah. Okay, next.
Next is we should or we must.
Mhm.
Hygiene.
Yeah, so you can't use should and must together. This is not cool because should and must they have the same meaning. So if you say you must do your work, so then you must say that oh you must do your work, okay? Or you should do your work. It means the same. But you
Okay.
can't say you must have to. You must have to because have to also means must. You must complete this assignment, or you say you have to complete this assignment in 2 days. You might also say you need to complete this assignment in 2 days. I don't want to listen to any excuses.
So, must and have, what's the difference? You must have to complete the assignment and you must.
No, this is wrong. You must complete because must is also necessary. Have to is also necessary, right? They mean the same, so it's better to use you must complete your work. I can tell that you're telling me it's important. Or you can say you have to complete your work. You can't use must and have to together because they both mean the same.
All right. Got your point.
Next.
Next is hygiene,
Yeah.
as good as.
Not as much good as good as.
All right. So we generally people say as much as possible.
As soon
That
as possible, that is.
all
As
right.
much as you can.
Okay. And next is people don't like.
Hmm. people, yeah.
during. And next is
During the government, you got the what's this called? Uh, Pronunciation of the government incorrect.
government.
No, gava. Just say Gava, gava. Don't go with the spelling. Sometimes pronunciation is funny, right? It's like gava and then meant government. Be very sure because this is a very commonly used word every single day. Talking in front of people, knowing the correct pronunciation of government is the key to sound literate, to be honest. Government.
Ah, yes, government.
Yeah. Just be very sure, be very confident that this pronunciation is not wrong. 10 people might be saying something wrong, but I am saying the correct word. Government. Government. If you ever listen to BBC English, you would hear government, the British government, the government
Oh,
of the United States.
hmm. Government.
Government, yes, that is correct.
Okay, next is lived.
That is your favorite word, levy. 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 I think you were trying to tell me the government has levied many taxes on people.
Yes.
Levied. The word is levy. Levy means to impose. But when you were using the simple past or the past participle, it sounds like levied.
Okay. So it's
Le.
levied.
Close.
Okay. Um, government levied tax.
Cover. Government has. Now, government most of the times is treated as a singular noun if it is not disputed, because most of the countries they consider their government as one, so they always consider it a singular noun and they say the government has, the government improves, the government gets better. They don't use it as a plural. In case of a disputed government, it could be like governments have, right? The governments of the country. The governments of the country are fighting.
Mm.
You understand?
Yes. So government has levied taxes.
Levied. Do not run away from the sound. It's completely fine to say V. Levied.
Levied.
Good.
Okay, next is allergy.
Allergy. Aller.
Allergy.
Good.
They don't want to.
Nice.
Company has to.
Yeah. Company has to, not have to. Okay. Company is a singular noun.
All right. Next is people come and stay.
Yeah. Not people came and stay because this is the habit. So we will use come.
Okay. Next is someone has.
Good. I hope you understand why has, not have. Someone has.
Yes. Every city has.
Good.
Well defined. All right. Next is come back. Must have to. Language. People generally come from.
Good. Generally, people generally come from.
Manager has. Next is should be polite. And
Yeah.
that's it.
You said manager should be polite. Why we are putting with it? It's not required. Manager should be polite.
Okay. Manager should be polite.
Yeah. Polite. Polite. Don't make it
Polite.
po. It is polite.
Alright. Manager should be polite.
Yeah. Good job. Polite. Well, thank you so much. I shall be taking your leave now until we meet tomorrow again, same time. I hope you learned something.